Now starting with a very important topic, it is balancing of chemical equation. We have already dealt with what is a chemical equation. So we said that chemical equation is summary of chemical reaction. In a reaction, there are various features involved and all those features are represented by writing a chemical equation. But a chemical equation could be useful only when it is properly balanced. So how we can balance a chemical equation? So there are four methods through which chemical equation can be balanced. One is hit and trial method. The next one is partial balancing method. The third one is oxidation number method. And the last one is ion electron method. Now of these four, the first two is included in unit number 1 of class 11th CBSE, that is hit and trial method and partial balancing. The rest two, oxidation number method and ion electron method, are included in unit redox. So the important topic is the balancing of equation based on the partial balancing. So let us begin with a topic called as partial balancing of chemical equation. Partial balancing of chemical equation, how a chemical equation can be balanced based on the partial balancing method. So in a partial balancing method, few steps are involved. Now we say that partial balancing method is based on the four fundamental steps. It is based on the four fundamental steps. Let us discuss these steps one by one. First is the given skeletal reaction. The reaction provided to us is called as the skeletal reaction. The given skeletal reaction is divided into two or more steps depending upon the requirement of the product. The given reaction is divided into two or more steps which are termed as the partial steps. Then in the second step, these partial steps are then individually balanced. After balancing them, if needed, then these partial balancing steps are cross balanced. The partial balanced step are then cross balanced if needed. And finally, these cross balanced steps are then equated to get the balanced chemical equation. To get a balanced chemical equation, the four steps is followed. First, the given reaction, which is called as the skeletal reaction, is divided into two or more steps depending upon the nature of the product. These are termed as the partial steps. These steps are then individually balanced. If needed, then these are cross balanced. And then finally, the cross balanced steps are then equated to get the balanced chemical equation. So just to elaborate, let us take an example. Now say an example involving partial balancing of reaction between the metal and nitric acid. If we discuss the partial balancing method for reaction between metal and nitric acid. Now suppose you have taken some metal M, which could be copper, zinc, manganese, etc., and it is made to react with nitric acid. Now this nitric acid could be either dilute and cold. Number 2, it could be dilute and hot. It could be hot and cold. It could be cold and concentrated and hot. It could be dilute cold, dilute hot, concentrated cold, and concentrated hot. So these are the various conditions of nitric acid which is possible, because in every different case the product obtained is different. That is, by changing the nature of nitric acid, the product get changed for a chemical reaction. So say some metal M is made to react with any nitric acid, it could be any one of these four, and we get metal nitrate. We get metal nitrate. Now along with metal nitrate, okay, along with metal nitrate, we also get certain metal oxide. Certain metal oxide. Along with metal nitrate, we also get certain metal nitrogen oxide. Now it could be, along with metal nitrate, it could be nitric oxide, it could be nitrogen dioxide, it could be nitrous oxide, it could be dinitrogen trioxide, it could be dinitrogen tetraoxide, it could be dinitrogen pentaoxide, it could be ammonia, it could be ammonium nitrate, etc. So there are various possibilities are there. So when any metal is made to react with nitric acid along with metal nitrate, there are various possibility, various oxide of nitrogen are possible. It may be nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide, dinitrogen trioxide, etc. And a water molecule is formed. So let us take a specific example to explain that how the partial balancing method operates, how a partial balancing method reacts, okay, how we get the partial balancing method. So suppose if a reaction is given to us, just imagine one reaction is given to us, and this reaction is the reaction between copper and nitric acid. Now before I begin with the reaction between copper and nitric acid, let us first follow the steps that would be utilized in the partial balancing. So let us discuss. Now the reaction is based on the partial balancing method of balancing a chemical equation between copper and nitric acid, or as such any metal and nitric acid, is based on two steps. The first one is the metal. In the first step, the metal is made to react with nitric acid. As the result, it gives metal nitrate and nascent hydrogen is produced. Metal, when made to react with nitric acid, it gives metal nitrate plus nascent hydrogen is produced in first step. Then in the second step, the nitric acid react with, now over here metal is needed, nitric acid is needed, because metal nitrate is to be produced. Along with it, nascent hydrogen get produced. In the second step, we only need the oxide of nitrogen and water, but metal is not needed in the second step. Therefore in the second step we are not taking metal. So in the second step we will be reacting nitric acid along with nascent hydrogen to obtain the oxide of nitrogen. The nitric acid with nascent hydrogen to obtain the oxide of nitrogen. So it would be two steps. One, metal is made to react with nitric acid in the first step to obtain metal nitrate. In the first, nascent hydrogen is also obtained, and in the second, the nitric acid is made to react with nascent hydrogen to obtain oxide of nitrogen and water molecule. So this way we get all the three products. We get nitrate of metal number 1, we get oxide of nitrogen number 2, and we get water number 3. The three products are involved in a reaction and all the three would be obtained. Let us discuss an example. Suppose if a question is asked to balance the reaction between copper and nitric acid. A reaction is given to us. Correct? Balance the following reaction using the partial balancing method. Balance the following reaction using the partial balancing method, and the skeletal reaction which is given. The skeletal reaction which is given is copper is made to react with nitric acid to obtain copper nitrate CuNO3 whole twice. Then it is NO, nitric oxide, and water. and this reaction need to be balanced. This reaction need to be balanced. So in the first step, reaction is reaction between copper and HNO3 nitric acid to obtain copper nitrate, nitric oxide and water. How it would be balanced? So again we have to follow two steps. In the first step, the metal given is made to react with nitric acid. The metal is copper, is made to react with nitric acid. We have taken 2 nitric acid because the product form is CuNO3 whole twice. So one atom of copper react with 2 molecule of nitric acid to give CuNO3 whole twice, and 2 nascent hydrogen are produced. 2 nascent hydrogen are produced. So in the first step we are getting one of the product, and it is copper nitrate, CuNO3 whole twice plus nascent hydrogen. Then in the second step, the HNO3 react with H to give the other 2 required product, and that are nitric oxide 1 and water is other. Nitric oxide 1 and water is other. Now if I balance the first step, so first step would be Cu plus 2 HNO3 gives CuNO3 whole twice plus 2H. Cu plus 2 HNO3 gives CuNO3 whole twice. Why we have taken 2 HNO3? Because it is CuNO3 whole twice plus 2H. In the next step, nitric acid is to be converted into nitric oxide and water. Nitric acid is to be converted into nitric oxide and water. On this side number of nitrogen is 1, on this side number of nitrogen is 1, balanced. On this side number of oxygen is 3. So just to balance the oxygen, we can either put 2 before NO, we can either put 2 before H2O. Either we can put 2 before NO. Now if we put 2 before NO, then N also become 2. Therefore we can't put 2 before NO, we are putting 2 before H2O. Why? To balance the oxygen. So when I put 2 before water, then the oxygen get balanced. So on this side nitrogen 1, on this side nitrogen 1, on this side oxygen are 3, over here 1 and 2, 3. But problem is with the hydrogen. Hydrogen on this side is 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4, when HNO3 contains only 1 H. On this side we have 2 H2O, 4 hydrogen, 2 H2O, 2 hydrogen, the 4 hydrogen are there. Okay, over here there are 4 hydrogen, and in HNO3 we have only 1. So on the product side there are 4 hydrogen, on the reactant side there is only 1 hydrogen. So in order to balance hydrogen, we are putting 3 nascent hydrogen. So when we put 3 nascent hydrogen, the hydrogen is also balanced. So nitrogen on this side 1, on this side 1 balanced, oxygen on this side 3, 1 and 2, 3, it is balanced. And when we put 3 nascent hydrogen, 1 and 3, 4 hydrogen balanced. But the problem is that first step is producing only 2 hydrogen. The first step is producing only 2 hydrogen, when the second step is using 3. First step is producing only 2 hydrogen, when the second step is using 3. So number of hydrogen produced in step number 1 is 2 and used in step number 2 is 3. Hence we have to balance the nascent hydrogen. So in order to balance the nascent hydrogen, what we are doing? We are multiplying step number 1 by 3 and multiplying the step number 2 by 2. It is 2 hydrogen, this is 3 hydrogen. So just to make nascent hydrogen same, we are multiplying this equation by 3, so that 2 into 3 becomes 6, and we are multiplying this equation by 2, so that 3 into 2 becomes 6. So what we are doing? We are multiplying step number 1 by 3 and step number 2 by 2. So when we multiply step number 1 by 3 and step number 2 by 2, after multiplication the equation becomes, so when it is multiplied the equation becomes, so after multiplication the equation becomes, when step number 1 is multiplied by 3 and step number 2 is multiplied by 2, the equation becomes, after multiplication, the equation becomes, so it is the first step now convert into 3Cu plus 6HNO3. Since first step is been multiplied by 3, therefore this becomes this Cu2HNO3 gives CuNO3 when multiplied by 3 becoming 3Cu. Entire equation is been multiplied by 3. So it is 3Cu plus, over here it is 2NO3, when multiplied by 3 it becomes 6HNO3 gives 3CuNO3 whole twice plus 6H. First step is multiplied by 3, it becomes 3Cu plus 6HNO3 gives 3CuNO3 whole twice plus 6H. And step number 2, this is step number 2, is been multiplied by 2. So on multiplication it become 2HNO3, this is multiplied by 2. So 2HNO3, it is 3H, when multiplied by 3 it becomes 6H. So 2HNO3 plus 6H gives 2NO2 plus 4H2O. So this step is been multiplied, step number 1 is been multiplied by 3, step number 2 is been multiplied by 2. So after multiplication step number 1 becomes this, after multiplication step number 2 becomes this. Now all those components, now what is this? This is the skeletal reaction, this is skeletal reaction. These are the partial reaction. So what we have done, we have divided the reaction, this skeletal reaction is divided into 2. These are the partial, then these partial reaction were balanced. Now as needed, these partial were now cross balanced. So skeletal reaction is divided into 2 steps. These 2 steps are balanced, then they are cross balanced, and after cross balancing final we are just equating them. So these 2 steps after being cross balanced, that is these 2 cross balance step is now being equated, and all those components which get cancelled will be cancelled out. So if I equate these 2 steps, step number 1 after multiplication with 3, step number 2 after multiplication by 2, and just equating them and cancelling all those components which get cancelled, that is those components which are on the reactant side and also on the product side will be cancelled. So these are nascent hydrogen. So nascent hydrogen is on the reactant side, 6 hydrogen. Nascent hydrogen is also on the product side, on the reactant side. 6 nascent hydrogen on the product side, 6 nascent hydrogen on the reactant side. Therefore these 6 nascent hydrogen get cancelled. Rest of the product will not be cancelled because those which are on the left hand side are not on the right, those which are on the right are not on the left. Only nascent hydrogen are there which are on the both the side, therefore they have been cancelled. So 6 nascent hydrogen on product, 6 nascent hydrogen on reactant get cancelled, and rest get equated. So it is 3Cu. Now 6 and 2 we are equating them. 6HNO3 in first step, 2HNO3 in second. 6 and 2 8HNO3. So 3Cu plus 8HNO3 is giving 3CuNO3 whole twice, plus it is giving 2NO plus 4H2O. So this was the skeletal reaction. Copper plus HNO3. The skeletal reaction is copper plus HNO3 giving CuNO3 plus NO plus H2O is being balanced using partial balancing method, and the solution, the answer is this. The skeletal reaction now turned into, it is 3Cu plus 8HNO3 converting into 3CuNO3 whole twice plus 2NO plus 4H2O. So how we proceed? So in any chemical, if any chemical reaction need to be balanced using the partial balancing method, so what we have to do? First step, just divide the skeletal reaction into 2 or more steps depending upon the need of the product. As this equation is been divided into 2, then second, then balance these partial steps. We have balanced these partial steps. Since hydrogen used and hydrogen produced and hydrogen used are different, therefore we have cross multiplied. Hydrogen produced is 2, hydrogen used is 3, therefore we have cross multiplied. After cross multiplication, these are the 2 cross multiplied steps. This is first step cross multiplied, this is second step cross multiplied, and when these cross multiplied steps are equated, we get the final balanced chemical equation based on the partial balancing.